Yeah, 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 come and take a look at the snow. Bright white as far as your eyesight goes. Come and take a look at the fields of snow. I'll just get my coat, then we're good to go. Come and take a look at the lake. Let's have a quick skate before it gets late. Come and take a look at the frozen lake. Put your clothes on, mate, don't make that mistake.
Greetings, holiday shoppers. There are now 156 shopping days left until Christmas, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Christmas Creeps, your one-stop shop for holiday movies and TV shows all year round. My name is Joseph Wade. Here with me tonight are my co-hosts. That's right, there are two co-hosts tonight. Mr. Bradford's back. Say hi, Mr. Bradford.
Hi, Mr. Bradford.
And back from a long sabbatical, it's Johnny Five, the human robot.
Hey, what's up?
How is it going, sir?
Yeah.
Been better, been worse, been busy.
Have not heard from you in a long minute. We were happy.
Yeah,
to have
they
you
found
back.
this. They found this dead girl wrapped in plastic up in the river by the mill. Been working on that.
Jesus Christ, this seems to happen a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. Washington's a weird fucking place.
You know what else is a weird fucking place? New Hampshire, apparently, which is the subject of tonight's podcast. Because guess what, folks? We're gonna talk about A Christmas Carol tonight. This is something that we don't typically talk about a lot on this podcast for unknown reasons.
No.
But tonight we're discussing the 1979 TV film, An American Christmas Carol, starring one Mr. Henry Winkler. That's right. The Fonz is here, everybody. But
The Fonz is in effect. This is 79, so this would have been like peak Happy Days, right?
I think this was like the 6th or 7th season of Happy Days. Yeah. He's in like deep old man makeup in this movie. And it's kind of the best part of the movie.
It's deeply unsettling is what you mean.
Sure. But before we get into the movie, I kind of feel like we need to check in with everybody and just see how the summer's been going. Cause we've had a long break, but we're back.
It's been a minute. When was the last time we recorded? April?
Probably April. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
According to the website, yes, it was April 14th. We talked about the real Ghostbusters. Welcome to summer, everybody. We're a seasonal podcast now. It's just, we record once every season.
A quarter. It's like we're in good company with like the academic journals. We publish 4 times a year, once every season, right?
That's a good way to put it. I mean, this is nothing if not an academic survey and bullshit. Which I feel like
I
I've
love
said
our new
before.
tagline.
Yeah, we'll put it on the website. But yeah, how has everybody's summer been? I know I just asked it. Jonathan answered it, but Bradford, what about you, buddy?
I've been doing okay.
Just okay.
How about, I don't have to record a podcast, so that's either a plus or a minus depending on which way you look at it.
It's
No, I've been
radio.
good. It's sorry.
No, it's fine.
It's been good. It's been a mild summer so far, so I can't complain. How about you?
When you say mild, do you mean weather-wise? Because this has been one of the worst summers I've ever had the displeasure of sitting through.
Really?
We've had a heat dome settled over us for the last 2 months, man. Come on.
I guess I was remembering early summer. So.
Oh, yeah. Early summer when it was 70 degrees out and everything was right with the world.
Yes. I prefer to remember those times.
Not like the 4th of July when it was 110 degrees and in the middle of the night. That's exaggerating. I know that.
Well, I was up in Canada for the worst of all.
Oh, there it
so
is. He wasn't even in the country for the 4th of July. That dick.
I was.
I'm sorry.
I was just
Visiting a
upstate.
secret Canadian family.
Yes. Who I cannot show you pictures of. My second family.
I thought we were your second family, sir.
You are my second family. You're my found family. You're right.
Well,
I'm
I
sorry.
wasn't there in Canada.
Hopefully we can change that someday.
I'm only just ribbing you because I'm insanely jealous.
I know. The power did go out though, so don't be too jealous.
Oh, well, that's okay. I mean, heck, this podcast almost didn't happen because my internet's been out for the last 2 days. So,
You've been on a journey.
I have been sitting in my home on my couch, seething with rage at T-Mobile for 2 straight days, and then all of a sudden the clouds parted and everything just suddenly worked. And long story short, we're here to talk about A Christmas Movie tonight.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle. And so, I mean, there's really only one way for us to start this podcast tonight, folks.
A can check.
Can check. Grip it and rip it.
Yeah.
Let's hear those
already
cans.
opened mine.
Oh, man.
Here. I just tapped my can.
I hear that. What's everybody working with?
Why don't you start?
Okay. I mean, sure, why not? I just cracked a Victory Brewing Sour Monkey Sour Triple.
Ooh, good choice.
I got me a big sort of multi-flavor can or case of Victory Brewings for the summer, and the sours are by far my favorite.
Oh yeah, the whole monkey line is pretty good if you haven't had it before.
Yeah, the wheat beer is pretty good. The sour's pretty good.
Have you had the tiki monkey?
I have, and I hated it.
It's very coconut forward.
I hated it immensely.
It's very divisive.
I took 6 of them to the beach with me, and I left 5 of them there.
Wow.
Left them for the sand for another child to find, like in Orange County.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. What about everybody else here on the podcast? How are y'all getting crunk tonight?
Jonathan?
I got a can of medicine. I think it's medicine. It says doctor on it.
Doctor
Thunder.
Yes.
Dr. Lay.
Dr. Extreme.
Yes. Cool. Well, I hope that medicine treats you well.
I'm not going to say no to a good doctor, whatever the variety. Bradford, how about yourself, sir?
I have an Aslan Neutrino. It is a double dry hopped IPA.
Oh wow.
It's a little funky on the nose, but it's pretty good.
I just tried to Google Aslan Neutrino, and I don't think I spelled it right because Google does not know what I'm talking about.
ASLIN is the brewery.
Okay.
And Neutrino, I haven't seen this before. This might be a new one. Is the actual beer.
Isn't that one of them kids from Ninja Turtles that live in Dimension X?
Neutrino?
Aslan the Neutrino.
Aslan Neutrino? Maybe it could be.
I mean, I Googled the phrase Aslan Neutrino, and the dumbass Google AI said Aslan is a character in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I know that. That's not what I'm asking.
Jesus Lion Beer Company.
Here's some fun with Google Gemini and how it's great that they've spent billions upon billions of dollars breaking fucking search. I searched for the phrase, your appointment to FEMA should be finalized within the week.
Okay.
Which is the first line of dialogue from Deus Ex. Google's response was, in one paragraph, to tell me how to troubleshoot my Deus Ex install, which is not what I asked about. I just posted line movie, and then also told me how to get in touch with somebody at FEMA about a missed appointment.
I mean, at least it got like a quarter of the way correct because it knew you were talking about Deus Ex.
Yeah, that's the only credit I'll give it. It figured that out and it answered 2 questions, neither of which I asked.
Isn't it great? Isn't our terrible future great? I saw that there's an upcoming FromSoft game called the Duskbloods, and Google Gemini is already hallucinating boss strategies for bosses that don't exist. So that's pretty cool. Love it. Very useful.
Someone could make a lot of money if they took all that information and put it into a like an Amazon e-publishing book and just started selling those books to nerds who don't know any better.
Oh, like kind of how they do with normal books, but books for nerds, like Prima strategy guides.
Exactly. Just make a Prima strategy guide, but it's just all the fake BS Google Gemini strategies.
I feel like that would be very poorly received.
I mean, the possibility for grift with AI is so huge, and like, I feel like you really just got to start getting creative with it. Anyway, we're getting kind of far afield here because
That's the kind of shit that you get visited by some ghosts, man.
Yeah, hey, great segue.
great segue. I was about to say this sounds like a scheme that Benedict Slade would come up with.
That Benedict Slade.
Oh my god. So yeah, I guess yeah, let's just jump into this because it's A Christmas Carol, everybody. Who doesn't know A Christmas Carol? And not for nothing, but it's been 100, 200 some years. If you don't know A Christmas Carol by now, we're not going to be able to adequately explain it to you. But, this is another adaptation of A Christmas Carol, and I feel like touches on this conversation is going to touch on some things we've talked about before, because
Maybe.
I seem to recall in episodes, in the distant past, the ghost of episodes past, where we talked about how A Christmas Carol is uniquely suited to being like transposed onto different time periods, and this kind of bears that out, doesn't it?
It does. If you're not familiar with this one, which why would you be, I guess, because I'd never heard of this before now. This transposes A Christmas Carol into 1930s New England.
Yes.
At the sort of like the beginning of the Great Depression, I guess. Or actually, I guess it's the middle of the Great Depression, right?
Yeah, because they talk about a president. They talk about Roosevelt right up front. Yeah.
Right, and then in the New Deal and all that, and the
Yeah.
Public Works project. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So you can take A Christmas Carol. It's it translates pretty well to a lot of different settings. I feel like it translates well to any setting where Christmas is widely celebrated. You could probably make do transplanting it somewhere else, but you kind of got to have Christmas or something Christmas adjacent in it, right? Oh, did I ever tell you guys about something really cool that I saw in the theater that's Christmas adjacent?
Maybe, but go on.
We went and saw an adaptation of Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker, but everything was the same. The score was the same. All of the dances were the same, but all of the theming, set design, costume design was all themed around Chinese New Year instead of Christmas.
Oh wow! Okay.
It was really cool. And it was a ballet company out of China, and they did like a collab with the National Symphony. I think it was the National Symphony Orchestra. But anyways, they did a collaboration where they came and did Nutcracker, but they did it in like late January, early February for Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year,
which was pretty cool. So it had it had all the Drosselmeyer and all that, but it's not everybody getting together for Christmas. It's everybody gathering around the table for Chinese New Year, setting off firecrackers, etc., etc. It was neat.
What year in the Chinese zodiac were they kind of centered on? Or if they were.
Well, it wasn't this year, but it was last year, so it wouldn't have been horse. It would have been.
Was it the rat last year?
I think it was. Yeah, it was rat. But they did all of it. They had like all the zodiac come out. There were different. One of the dances they had like all of the different zodiac, which is kind of fun.
Okay, so I mean, like the Rat King was still probably pretty prominent, I guess.
And that was kind of like the tie-in too.
Gotcha.
Like it was the year of the rat, and the Rat King was in full effect.
That's pretty cool.
Anyways,
yeah.
I just don't want to talk about this movie, I guess. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't blame you.
You can transplant Arthur Fonzarelli into pretty much any time skip, and he'll make do, as one does.
Right, no. Right. I mean, we've talked about how this relates to like the Old West before, and kind of the Gold Rush era, where times were tough for a lot of people, and then this kind of translates it into the Great Depression, where once again times were tough for a lot of people, and the richest man in town sure is an asshole, isn't he? And
feels kind of timely a little bit, doesn't it? Feel like we're a little bit overdue for a very modern Christmas Carol situation here, yeah?
I could see this happening, but I hesitate to pitch it because the thing I don't want to see happen is that the Ghost of Christmas Future is like an AI overlord, because that's definitely going to happen.
That'd be bad.
But I will.
I would rather really just adapt like the alternate ending of It's a Wonderful Life from SNL to current day,
where the town just goes and attacks Mr. Potter on principle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ideal ending, honestly. But
you know what? I take it back. Scrooged was already perfect. They should just cap it there. After the 1980s, you're not allowed to make any more time. That's the last time frame you're allowed to adapt the Christmas Carol to.
And
we're done.
Scrooged also is kind of sort of a perfect inverse of everything we're talking about, because that movie takes place in like at the tail end of the Reagan 80s, where everybody had all the money, and
it still worked.
Yeah. And I realize that's very reductive, because like that's really not how the history of the 80s shook out, but I don't know, it's a little bit different. But yeah, so instead of like Victorian England, we're transplanted into Concord, New Hampshire in 1933, a town where the town quarry has been closed down and everybody's out of work, and pretty much the only two people that do have jobs are Mr. Benedict Slade, played by Henry Winkler, and his assistant Joe Thatcher, which is the Bob Cratchit character. And like the opening kind of salvo in the movie is we see them on Christmas Eve going around and repossessing basically everything that everybody owns.
All the nice things. No fun allowed.
No fun allowed on Christmas Eve. He goes to yeah. No, go on.
It's a little heavy-handed. It's actually probably the most heavy-handed part of the production, honestly. Most of the rest of it's not played so maudlin as this, I would say.
No.
It does not make a great first impression. It's very much like after school special.
It's very 70s
overdone.
TV movie is what we're saying.
Yes. It sure is, isn't it?
And I'll even skip to the end of this and say, like, for what it is, yeah, it's very much a TV movie, and I was very just kind of blah about the whole thing. However, there are a couple of choices that we could talk about that I thought were very interesting as far as adapting this story. And one of them starts right here at the beginning, where he's visiting all these people and he's repossessing their stuff. He goes out to a farmhouse with Mr. Reeves, and he basically repossesses all the furniture in Mr. Reeves's house. And then he goes to the children's orphanage, and he repossesses the children's piano on Christmas Eve, which is especially cruel. And then he goes to like the university shop, which he claims he wanted to invest in the shop so that they could sell like college sweaters and ukuleles and stuff. And instead the guy is selling textbooks and literature and things that, college students would use. And he reposts that shit too. And specifically a copy of A Christmas Carol, which is like the single most navel-gazy part of this whole movie.
Yeah, that's the biggest strike I'll give against this, is like, come on, guys.
Well,
when he starts reading it aloud later, yeah, it's a bit much, right?
Well, it goes back to Jonathan's old criticism of like, don't remind me of a better story in the middle of your own.
Precisely.
I could just be reading A Christmas Carol.
I could be watching this, but with Muppets.
That's true too. That is true. But then
I could be watching this, but with Bill Murray.
Right. We could be watching any other version of this that I could have foisted upon y'all, but no, I picked this one because I'm mean. I'm the Scrooge of this podcast. I'm repossessing your
Bill Murray
time.
Ever hung out with Muppets?
I mean,
That's an excellent question. I can't think of the same. Maybe Muppets and Bill Murray are the same person. You've never seen them in a room together.
Not.
Joe is searching furiously right now. It feels like something that should have happened at some point in the history of everything, right?
Right. I mean, there are a couple of different intersections of Bill Murray and Muppets, but none that are like prominent or stand out, Like, I don't think he was ever really on an episode of The Muppet Show when it was on.
Right.
And I don't think
Was
he
he
ever
on
did.
Was he on Sesame Street?
Maybe.
That's Muppet adjacent. I don't know if
Yeah.
that counts.
The most Muppet adjacent thing is that he was in Little Shop of Horrors, which was directed by Miss Piggy. And crickets.
No, I got the reference.
Nobody
Frank
cares. Yes, it's Frank Oz.
It's Frank Oz, the voice actor for Miss Piggy, and what, like, the pilot of Miss Piggy.
Wait, you mean Yoda? It's a different guy.
Get in the puppet, Frank.
Okay, to answer the question, Google says concretely, no, Bill Murray has never appeared on Sesame Street. That seems like a huge missed opportunity.
Huh.
Well,
I feel like...
Come on, you can't fool me. Yoda's green and Miss Piggy's pink. They're totally different.
fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well,
don't remind us of a better thing in your thing.
Right. But I think, okay, so where I was going with this sort of line of thought is that he's visiting all these people that he's repossessing his stuff from. And then later when the three spirits show up, it's those three people who visit him as spirits.
It's clever.
It's a little bit clever.
It's probably the best thing they have going.
Right.
Honestly.
And I noticed that they were credited as the debtors of DEBTOR of past, present, and future.
Okay.
So, yeah. But we can talk about those three. I really want to jump straight to Future because the choice they make with Future is incredible.
It's fun. It's a good idea. It's probably like behind the all of the debtors. It's probably the second most inspired part of this movie. Am I the only one that thought, and maybe this is just the structure of A Christmas Carol in general.
Yeah.
But I feel like other adaptations don't do this. Past was really front loaded, right?
Past was a big part of the movie. Yeah.
Like we were an hour in before we even got to present in this 90-minute movie.
Yeah. Like
yeah.
I remember in the Muppet version, the past is a very short, little clip. In Scrooge, the past is a pretty short section, but in this one it's like most of the movie.
It is most of the movie, mostly about Slade and his sort of Fezziwig stand-in and their relationship.
Mr. Brewster, yeah.
Mr. Brewster and his furniture shop.
And Brewster's daughter, and then his relationship with Brewster's daughter. And now that I'm thinking about it, I know exactly why that was a big part of the movie. So that Henry Winkler didn't have to put on old man makeup for the entire movie.
And there it is. I think you hit the nail on the head, because he could just be, he didn't have to wear, he wore a mustache, or maybe he grew it out. I don't know. I don't know about
that's a fake mustache if ever I've seen one.
Okay. You learn something new about Bradford every day. I'm really bad at spotting fake mustaches.
He has face blindness, but only for facial hair.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's got to be it, right? Maybe this was Mr. Winkler's doing.
Maybe they were producing this like during like production on Happy Days, and he was like, "Look, I can only give you so many days in the old man costume. I gotta get back to Richie Cunningham."
The old man costume is pretty bad. It reminds me most of Old Man Biff from Back to the Future 2.
It reminds
me very clearly like a 30s to 40s middle-aged man, but aged up with tons of makeup and a bald wig.
That's fair. Like when I saw the thumbnail for this on YouTube, I assumed this was going to be a production from like the mid 90s. No, this is like primetime Fonz Henry Winkler in the 70s. It's rough. But then oddly, the thing that it reminded me the most of was Christopher Lambert in Mortal Kombat. He looks just like Raiden. But then maybe that's just me. A CG Fonz would be a little too much to bear, I think. God, we could talk about the Jim Carrey one sometime. Like I remember that being like pretty faithful to the book, but I don't want to have to look at it,
We need to do that one. I feel like we have to do that one.
I guess it's like one of the big ones that we've still never crossed off the list.
I didn't even know it existed until recently. Actually, it was just a blind spot for me.
It's one of the CG experiments that Robert Zemeckis did back in the day.
We already talked about Polar Express, yes.
We sure did, yeah.
But we have not done Mars Needs Moms because
why would
Christmas because it's not Christmas adjacent.
I mean, if we're talking about if we want to expand the scope of this to like classic literature, sure, we can do Beowulf.
Is Mars Needs Moms really a Beowulf adaptation?
No, Beowulf is a Beowulf adaptation.
Oh, did he also do a CGI Beowulf?
Yeah, between Polar Express and Christmas Carol, he did a Beowulf movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay, here is the most insane credit on here. The makeup consultant was Rick Baker, who has won 7 Academy Awards for makeup.
He's phoning it in on this.
Yeah, Rick Baker's like one of the legends, and he's like slumming it in this TV movie here.
Maybe he wrote a bad check or something and had to call in a favor for this or something.
That or like it's probably in that period of time where he's like, look, work is work.
Yeah, no, for sure. He consulted for like 10 minutes on it. Yeah, blend the makeup. Okay, good. See you later.
Yeah. Fake mustache, great, looks good. Bye. Yeah, something like that. This is also incidentally like the year after he did 79, so it would have been 2 years after Star Wars. He worked on Star Wars. But that's neither here nor there. Oh boy. But yeah, like the past section of this movie is it went on for so long that there was a period where I kind of forgot that this was a Christmas Carol I was watching.
It was kind of more of like a period drama for a minute, right?
Yeah, and did I fall in through a time loop, and am I now accidentally just watching old TV? I don't know, man. I half expected to see like old commercials in the middle of this because they kept going to like fading to black for like commercial breaks.
They even had like the little musical stinger to let you know that they're setting up for a commercial break.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore, obviously.
Obviously, no. Surely somebody because this was been the late 70s. They probably would not have recorded this off of TV, right? I don't know.
I feel like home VCRs were not common until at least a couple years later, right?
Yeah, like 80, 82, something like that.
Yeah. Unless you have the big bucks and have the Betamax.
Oh yeah, the fancy pants version. I do want to ask a question here, though. There's a point where before he meets his Jacob Marley stand-in, whose name is Mr. Latham, he goes into his garage and he grabs a rifle to like go find out who's making all the noise in his garage. And it occurred to me at this point, who would win in a shootout, Benedict Slade or Jack Palance Ebenezer Scrooge?
Ooh,
which of
think
these?
It's got to be Jack Palance. Also, I think he's holding a shotgun.
Yeah, it's some kind of a rifle or a shotgun.
Yeah. No, I think I would give it to Jack Palance Scrooge, right?
Yeah. Who I 100% believe has killed a man before. This Scrooge, probably not. Not intentionally, at least.
Although, I mean, you spray with that shotgun, you probably get a couple good hits in on Jack Palance. I don't know.
Yeah,
good question.
A good glancing shot might take him down, but I don't know. It just made me wonder, like, which old American Scrooge is the hardiest with a gun?
I'd go with the one that is in the Old West for sure.
Yeah, I mean, certainly the most willing to shoot somebody, at least.
Does Scrooge go around with a gun too, like Scrooge McDuck?
He's got a cane, my dude.
I think Gizmo's probably given him a laser at some point.
Yeah.
That's the best.
In the Christmas Carol, in the Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Oh God, no. No, I don't think so.
Okay,
He can do the bounce if you press down and hold the A button, but that's about it.
that's true.
He
Yeah.
can swing it like a golf club.
Yeah, that's the best projectile he's got.
The less said about two, the better.
It was really weird about that one level where you started and immediately says, "Go to Transylvania now."
Yes.
Like, okay, if I want to go to Transylvania, I would have picked her to begin with.
I want to go to the moon, but no, you have to go to Transylvania.
Boo. Have they ever done A Christmas Carol where Ebenezer Scrooge is Dracula?
Good question. I'm gonna go with no.
Let's see what Google Gemini AI has to say about this.
Oh my goodness, are we really? You're legitimizing this.
No,
this,
I shouldn't.
This awful tool that's ruining everything.
I really shouldn't. There's only so many, there's only so many lakes with water left in them in this country. We can't go around using AI willy-nilly like that. Okay, I get that. But it's worth asking the question. If anybody knows if there's ever been a version with Dracula, let us know. We're at xmascreeps@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you.
Thank you.
How about
Let's
them
hear
apples?
from the human element rather than the plagiarism machine. Thank you.
Any of our AI listeners who are listening, please write your AI letters too.
I had the awful realization the other day that we've posted this audio to YouTube and Spotify. And so an LLM, like an AI model, has definitely trained on all of our podcasts, hasn't it?
I feel like if somebody went through the effort of doing that, they're wasting their time.
No, I mean that's like their part and parcel. They scrape like every last scrap of spoken word off the internet in order to train these models.
I mean maybe, but
you're part of the machine, my friend.
I mean,
and Craig is complicit.
Craig is complicit because Craig is probably sending this to a data center somewhere in upstate New York. No, they don't. They're not allowed to do that in New York anymore.
Hooray!
Hooray! I was up in the mountains the other day, and I did see signs like all over town, just saying like no data centers, no data centers, no data centers. And then there was one house. It was like the nicest house in town, and it had signs that said yes, data centers.
Okay, guy. All right, we get it. Oh my goodness gracious!
That town's Benedict Slade would have been all about data centers. That's the wave of the future.
For sure. Yeah.
His whole thing in this is like he is adopted by Mr. Brewster to work in like his furniture shop, and when he grows up, he tries to impress upon Brewster that like the wave of the future is assembly line furniture, and Brewster doesn't want to hear it. And you think like, oh, that's going to be the way he sort of screws over Latham or this or that. No, the factory just burns down.
And a complete happenstance that they show up and distract the foreman, and he puts a cigar down.
Yeah, it's like you think they're going to go somewhere with that, and then they just kind of short circuit it and say, "Nah, it just burns down."
No,
there could have been some drama, but this is a TV movie, and we're only allowed a certain little, smidgen of drama at a time.
Well, I mean, he also goes behind what's his face's back, Fezziwig's back, when he's staking out a new business partner.
He meets Latham and. Because that becomes his new business partner, yeah.
Yeah, and he dimes out Fezziwig. I'm just gonna keep calling him Fezziwig because he's the Fezziwig stand-in.
Yeah.
Telling him, don't invest in that. Invest in my layaway scheme, essentially.
The scene where he's explaining time payments, I was listening to that, just going like, wait a minute, he's explaining what a mortgage is.
Yeah, or layaway.
Layaway, yeah.
Well, I guess it's not layaway because they get.
He invented Rent-A-Center.
Yeah, there you go. He did invent Rent-A-Center. He is literally 1930s Rent-A-Center.
Well,
is what he is.
It's the wave of the future, baby.
Is Rent-A-Center still around? I'm sure it has to be in our current hellscape. I'm sure Rent-A-Center is doing. I'm sure it's doing numbers right now.
Yeah, I hate to say it, these days it's probably doing better than ever.
Yeah.
But speaking of like this whole section of the film, remember that great sequence in that Dickens wrote in A Christmas Carol where we had to watch him screw over Fezziwig? No, you don't, because it's not in there.
Yeah, this makes a meal out of this. Really expands upon past a lot. as we've mentioned. And they call back to it later in the film, so it's not completely for nothing, but
it's we're definitely padding this out to make a 2-hour TV movie for sure.
Yes. Because we see all that happen. He loses the love of his life, as is classic in the story.
Right.
And turns into the miser he is. And then we find ourselves with Christmas Present, who takes us, and he sees what could have been with his former love. And we go and visit the Cratchits. Again, I'm just gonna call them their
call it what it is.
I'm just gonna keep calling them by their analogs. And he finds out all that about Tiny Tim. Pretty straight. It actually, I feel like present and future are played pretty straight, except for the framing of future.
Yeah,
which is great. Yes. So present. So I guess we should go into the debtors. Past is the university bookstore guy, which is pretty straightforward. You know, he has a lot of history books.
Yeah.
Talks a lot about the classics, etc., etc. Present is the orphanage owner, I guess.
Yes.
The manager of the orphanage.
Mr. Jessup, yeah.
The head, he's not a matron. I guess it would be a
patron.
Headmaster.
The headmaster. There you go.
The headmaster of the orphanage. And then future is the farmer. Oh, who wants to talk about the farmer's fit? Because it's amazing.
Hang on, before we even do that, the little like framing device of how we get there is pretty clever.
Oh, right.
Like he transitions into like the Christmas past because like the radio starts playing old broadcasts from like the early 30s and the 20s, like talking about like Lindbergh flying over, you know, the Atlantic and stuff like that. And then they go into the future and like the radio starts playing like rock and roll and like techno disco music. And he's like, man, this thing is broken. And then Christmas Future shows up and it's Mr. Reeves, the farmer, who is dressed in like a then current disco suit.
Yeah, it's like late 70s drip. It's really good, actually.
It's very good. I could not believe my eyes.
It was a choice, and I think they nailed it.
They pitched this movie straight down the middle, no surprises up until this point. And I'm like, you know what? Good for you.
I'm gonna give them this one.
Give him a point for that because that's pretty inspired. And also just the sheer fact that Christmas Future, you know, talks with Slade and has conversations with him, whereas typically he's pretty silent, I think, in most adaptations. It works for this, I think, because he's got someone to bounce ideas off of and whatnot. But, you know, in the future, we see the town basically auctioning off all of Slade's possessions, and he's incensed that they're not paying more money for them. Except for the fact that somebody pays $100 for the right to throw his portrait into the fire. And that's how he discovers that, you know, he's the one who's died.
I feel like this was like a mock auction.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, they were just basically breaking into his place and burning all his shit, as one does.
It was remarkably well organized for a mock auction.
Yeah, I guess. And then we get the classic gravestone scene.
Yeah. Well, we also get the Tiny Tim gravestone scene.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Where
we get both.
I have to make mention of the fact that Thatcher refers to Tiny Tim as my little Mr. T. And
what and here's the question I have for you. The A-Team hadn't been around yet, had it? That's not until the 80s, right?
Yeah, that started in like early 80s. Mr. T, he had to have been around at that point, but I don't think he was Mr. T yet.
And had he reached like critical mass in popular culture at that point? Probably
no, not nearly. Because like not even Rocky 3 had come out at this point.
No, Mr. T did not start being a celebrity until 1980.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun fact, Mr. T's first movie, The Blues Brothers.
Oh.
He's uncredited. He plays Guy on Street.
That is a fun fact. Everybody starts somewhere. Remember that.
You got to start somewhere. That's right. So no, that is not a reference to Mr. T. That is a happy coincidence. But then yeah, we get
a Happy Days coincidence. Sorry.
So Winkler was like contractually obligated to be in this because it was on ABC, right?
Oh, for sure, right?
Probably, yeah. Because I looked it up. This aired on ABC in 1979, like 2 days after that week's Happy Days episode. So this was in the middle of the run of that season.
Are we pre or post Shark Jump here?
Oh no, that's a good question.
That is a question that needs to be answered post haste, I think. Which I did not bother to look up prior to the show, but I really should have. Did you guys notice that they reused the same house a bunch?
Yeah, I did.
Mostly the doors, like the scene with the war bonds, the scene where during Christmas Present where he's looking in on Helen, current day, and also the orphanage. It's all the same house.
I mean, that's just honestly,
that's movie magic for you, my friend.
Yeah, that's just good budgeting right there. You make do with what you have. And now to answer your question, this movie comes out 2 years post Shark Jump. So
okay,
Happy Days had already quote jumped the shark at this point.
So maybe maybe Mr. Winkler thought this was a good move.
Probably so. He's trying to get away from the Fonz. I think not long after this, he leaves Happy Days to try and start up a film career. So this is probably a part of that plan for him, for sure. And I guess now we can talk about that. Like, how do we feel about Henry Winkler playing Ebenezer Scrooge?
Adequate.
Yeah, it's serviceable.
Like he does a fine job. It's not gonna win any awards, but he goes for it.
He has more successes than losses on this sheet, I would say. It's not terrible. For a while I forgot that I was looking at Arthur Fonzarelli in old man makeup. He can act. He's fine.
No, he's always been a good actor. I think this is sort of, like I said earlier, like this is one of the earlier examples of him trying to be a serious actor away from just being the Fonz. And, Ebenezer Scrooge is not a bad role to take if you're trying to do that. Especially since it lets him play like young Scrooge and present Scrooge at the same time. Because I feel like in other adaptations we've kind of looked at in years past, young Scrooge has always, young adult Scrooge has always been a different actor. So this lets him do that as well.
Yeah.
I think he's better as young Scrooge than he is as old Scrooge.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a convincing character as the younger Scrooge.
Yeah.
I think.
All right. Any other parting thoughts that we want to give to this movie? Because I feel like we're winding down on this.
I just want to talk about A Christmas Carol overall.
Yeah.
There's an adaptation of A Christmas Carol called Winnie the Pooh Springtime with Roo, as one does.
Is that really a Christmas Carol adaptation?
Yes.
Oh my goodness gracious!
It is that, except it's about Rabbit not liking Easter.
I know what we're gonna do around Easter time come next year.
Yeah, Easter's coming up faster than you think.
Easter's coming up for this next podcast.
And here's a horrible sentence I'm about to say. Ebenezer, A Christmas Carol is an upcoming American Christmas fantasy film directed by Ty West.
Oh no, we're well aware. It
stars Johnny Depp.
Yes.
God. Gross.
That was gonna be the grace note for this year's podcasting season.
Oh no.
is we were gonna go see it in theaters and then report back to you, the listener.
I think we were gonna do it was gonna be like a double feature because Robert Eggers was supposed to be doing A Christmas Carol as well with Willem Dafoe, and that I think has gotten put on the back burner because of the other version that's coming out.
Oh man, I really wish we could have another like White House Down. What was the other one?
Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen or Bugs Life Ants type situation. Although when you're adapting like a classic Dickens novel, I guess it's not really that much happenstance that you end up making the same movie. Anyways,
Well, I don't know. It's kind of a studio thing. Like if one studio hears someone's doing a Christmas Carol, there's nothing stopping them from saying, "Well, we're going to do one too." Who's going to stop
right?
us?
Yes.
But then, if you're going to do the White House Down, Olympus Has Fallen angle, which version of Christmas Carol is going to be the one that inexplicably gets two sequels? Yeah, mull that one over.
The Johnny Depp one.
The Johnny Depp one, because we live in the dumb universe.
Because we live in the worst timeline. So, there you go.
At least this wasn't an American Carol.
This pretty close. I mean, this is titled An American Christmas Carol, but it's not. This is not right wing slop as the kids would call it.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh,
that's great. So yeah, let's jump to the crankometer because I think we're done talking about An American Christmas Carol. The crankometer, friends, is our patented XY axis for rating Christmas movies. The X axis is how Christmassy a film is, and the Y axis is how good the film is. So, gentle friends, An American Christmas Carol, how Christmassy is this? You know what? Yeah, because for half of this runtime, I kind of lost the thread of it being Christmas at all.
Yeah, like none of the past stuff takes place during Christmas, other than the Christmas party where he brings out the crappy chair, right?
Right.
And the factory burning down. Spoiler alert.
Right.
We already talked about it. It's not a spoiler alert.
It also occurred to me though that in most versions of A Christmas Carol, Christmas past and present and future show him, Christmas days or Christmas Eves of past, present, and future. So I kept thinking to myself, geez, a lot of shit's happening to him on Christmas Day.
This is a packed Christmas.
This guy has it out for Christmas because every year a new bad thing happens to him.
Got adopted at Christmas.
Got a job at Christmas, fell in love at Christmas, promoted to assembly line chairs at Christmas.
His girlfriend pushed him into the woods at Christmas.
Bought war bonds at Christmas.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller-ass day.
It really is. Christmas moves pretty fast. Oh my God. No, I don't see this as being particularly Christmassy in much the same way that I think Ebenezer was, where just the general conceit of what they're doing isn't quite enough. They need to go a little bit further with it, and I don't think they did that here.
Yeah.
And that's not even really like a criticism of the film overall. It's just I don't think it's that Christmassy.
Correct. 0? -1?
Yeah, let's go 0. It is academically speaking a Christmas Carol, but I mean it doesn't exactly fill you with the Christmas spirit.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. I'm totally fine with that, and I do have to say though, our crankometer for the year is going to be jam packed at the 0 point because everything so far has been a 0.
It's just Christmas is dead. Right? Christmas spirit is dead.
Christmas is coming up 0, folks. All right. Hang on. I was going to make another dumb joke, but let's move on. Let's go to the Y-axis where the quality quotient is.
Oh, don't let that stop you.
All right.
Let's hear it.
The moment where Benedict Slade opens the window and says, "You boys, what day is it?" And the kid down on the street has like the most Midwestern accent. He just looks up and goes, "Why, don't you know? It's Christmas."
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the IMDb goofs is, while it's set in New Hampshire, everyone is obviously Canadian.
Yeah. A Canadian Christmas Carol doesn't have quite the same ring to it. Ugh. So then, yeah, Y-axis. I mean, the overall quality of the production. I'm torn on this because as far as like an actual like film production of this goes, I thought it was all right. I just didn't think it was that interesting.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
It is very much part and parcel the VHS your like 8th grade English teacher gets out to show to you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey kids, did you know that modern media adapts classic stories?
We're going to watch a Muppet Christmas Carol? No, better.
Yeah.
The Fonz's Christmas Carol.
It's fine, right?
Right.
It's fine. It's not like none of the acting's particularly bad. It's decently written. It's the pacing's a little weird, but it's fine, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing that's really messing with me is that him with the mustache looks like somewhere in between Kurt Russell as Wyatt Earp and Christian Bale in American Psycho.
It's a very like that mustache belongs in like the late 1800s, right? It's like, I'm gonna show you my Victrola now.
It's very.
It makes me think of the Strong Bad. You know, the one with the handlebar mustache.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's very Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a milkshake, or whatever the line is. Nikki just laughed from the other room. Thank you.
That's when you know you made a good goof.
I do this for her. Oh boy. Can we just give this a 1?
Yeah, I think
it's like
it's fair.
It earns some points for doing some things. It's not particularly offensive, but you know what? I really don't want to watch it again.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give this like the film equivalent of like a C+. It's fine.
Damning with faint praise. It's
damning.
It's
a solid in the corner laughing, yelling C+.
And now
it's a solid one and done.
Yeah.
It was fine for what it was, but I have absolutely no interest in returning to it.
And here's the real piece of shit of it, though. I do hate to break this to y'all. We gave this the exact same score as Ebenezer, so now we have to do a tiebreaker. Which one of these two was better?
Oh, Ebenezer for sure.
Really?
I think so. Like, at least I think I think Ebenezer is rougher around the edges, but at least it tries to do more with its concept, right?
I think the
like
it's. I want to give.
That's just my take.
I want to give Jack Palance the edge over Henry Winkler because this guy he's playing such a piece of shit and he knows it and he loves it, and that's why he's fun to watch. Here, Henry Winkler is just kind of going through the motions a little bit.
Yeah,
and that's no fun. It's just no fun.
So you would give Ebenezer the edge as well?
I think I would. I think I have to give this a 0-0 then. Like we can't. Okay. I can't let this be better than Ebenezer or even on a par.
It's true neutral, right?
It's value neutral.
This is like a cup of milk that sat out for like an hour and a half, but you still drink it because you don't want to waste any milk.
That's right.
It's fine. It's not going to make you sick. It's just kind of there, right?
You want to you drink it anyway because your grandpa's in the room, and if he watches you pour it down the sink, he's going to yell at you.
Yes.
So, yeah, yes, a 0-0 perfect value neutral for American Christmas Carol. It's on YouTube if you are so inclined. I cannot say that I recommend it.
No, you have better uses of your time.
Like I want to say we could find ourselves a really bad adaptation of Christmas Carol to watch. Because like I want to recommend one because it's bad and not because it's boring, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean that's an American Carol, but I'm not fucking watching that.
No, I'm not going to ask anybody to do that.
No, we're not doing that.
because I value our listeners' time enough to recommend bad movies, but not morally repugnant ones.
There you go.
Oh my god! All right.
Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. That's probably not that good.
I heard the there's like a Bollywood adaptation of Christmas Carol that's supposedly pretty bad.
I'm listening.
Christmas Karma. Is it Christmas Karma?
I think that's the one.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that looks I'm going to say the word colorful and
Leave it at that.
leave it at that.
Kelly
Well,
Clarkson's Cautionary Christmas Music Tale.
and now I'm second guessing myself here.
Now you want to go back to the safety zone.
I want
Now you want to drink the cup of warm milk, huh?
Yeah, now I want to be wrapped up in a nice warm blanket of boring because it's safe and I know what I'm getting.
Yes.
Oh, good
All-
lord! This Kelly Clarkson thing has Matt Lauer in it.
Oh, well now we're absolutely watching it. You're not even talking about the same thing we're talking about, Jonathan, are you?
No, I'm talking about Kelly Clarkson's was it Cautionary Christmas Music Tale.
See, I thought you were still talking about Christmas Karma.
I know. I think the only thing Matt Lauer's in these days is jail.
Yeah. I don't have anything for that, unfortunately.
I got nothing.
I got nothing. I also will say, alternatively, there are apparently 6 Christmas episodes of Happy Days.
Monday, Tuesday, happy days.
Almost enough for one for every day of the week.
Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturdays, I watched so much Happy Days when my brain was forming, but I could not tell you the plot of a single episode of Happy Days. Because it was on Nick at Night like every single night.
I remember that very clearly. Yeah. The only episode of Happy Days I really remember is Weezer's Buddy Holly.
Weezer's Buddy Holly?
The music video for Buddy Holly.
Oh, right.
Is an episode of Happy Days.
Got it. Yeah, I couldn't tell you a plot of a Happy Days. I'm
pretty sure there was one where, you know what? I don't know. I don't even know how to finish that sentence.
Okay.
This is a show that was before all of our times, and we're now showing our age here, like the classic uninformed millennials that we are.
It was not for us.
It was not. It was explicitly for our parents, though.
It's really interesting, though, to see how many other shows tried to fake the funk of like pulling that, hey, remember 20 years ago nostalgia thing? Because we had that 70s show, and then they had like, what was the one that was set in the 80s? The Gibsons or whatever it was called?
Oh, the Goldbergs.
The Goldbergs. And I'm sure there's some BS now. There's someone that was set in the 90s by now.
Well, they did the Wonder Years, which is like the 60s, the 80s for the 60s, and then they rebooted the Wonder Years like a couple years ago for. I want to say that was still the 60s.
See, I don't count Wonder Years in that though, because I never really considered Wonder Years a sitcom. It was more of a drama, wasn't it? It was like a dramedy, right?
I think so. But I think it sat there in there like with the sitcoms, you know, like it aired alongside sitcoms, so it was like sitcom adjacent. Yeah. I think see, we could go all day on this, like trying to think here. Fresh Off the Boat kind of did that for like the 90s.
Yeah, I guess it
Young
did,
Sheldon kind of does that too. Hey, you know what's really funny to me?
What's that?
You know, there's a new Big Bang Theory spinoff on HBO now. Have you heard of this?
I haven't, but I'm not surprised. What is it?
I think it's called Stuart Fails to Save the Universe or something like that. It's a post-apocalyptic Big Bang Theory spinoff. And I just really love the fact that in the universe of the Big Bang Theory, the world does in fact end. And we know that because there is a show about it.
Okay.
I'm not going to watch it, but just the fact kind of amuses me.
That canonically in the Big Bang Theory timeline, there is a true apocalypse.
Yeah, the world
Okay.
has in fact ended. Yes.
Kind of paints the original sitcom in a different light when you know that the world's going to end in like 10 years.
Yeah, think about that next time you're watching Young Sheldon, Mom. He doesn't make it. No, I don't know. I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, they reveal that Sheldon canonically died in the Great War, in the Water Wars. Good Lord.
His plane was shot down. It spun in. There were no survivors. Thanks, MASH. All right. So yeah, we're gonna last call. We're gonna call An American Christmas Carol a value neutral 0-0 on the crankometer. I am so sorry. I wish we had points to give it. That's going to do that for this episode of Christmas Creeps. Gentle friends, thank you so much for joining us. Bradford, Mr. J5, thank you for joining me on this ridiculous endeavor.
Hey.
Any parting thoughts before we pack it in?
Hey.
Is Chuck Lorre history's greatest monster?
I mean, he did write the theme song to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know if that answers the question.
Yes, then?
Something to chew on.
There's a really good joke in The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt where she just walks through a scene, Kimmy walks through a scene humming the Ninja Turtles theme song, and then just written on a wall behind her, it just says Chuck Lorre wrote this song. Oh boy.
That was a good show.
That was a pretty good show.
That was a decent show.
It was a miracle.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for listening to Christmas Creeps. We're just going to start talking about random TV shows if we keep going. So we're going to stop for this episode. If you want to talk to us online, you can follow us on Blue Sky at Christmas Creeps, Instagram also at Christmas Creeps. You can join us on our Discord. There's going to be a link to that in our show notes. Email us anything you want at xmascreeps@gmail.com. That, I think, does it. We don't have anything else really to promote, unless you just want to hear me holler about Independence Day some more, which I did recently on my other podcast, the OST Party, where we talk about the music of Independence Day for 2 solid hours, because I have nothing to do with my time.
You're allowed to watch real movies on that podcast.
Yeah, you get to watch how come your mom lets you have a good movie and a bad movie? Huh? We're stuck over here in the bad movie zone. You get to go out there. You get to go watch good movies.
On that podcast, I get to eat real Oreos. But yeah, that's been Christmas Creeps, everybody. I'm Joseph Wade.
I'm Bradford.
I was going to say I'm some character from this movie, but I forgot all of their names already.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Christmas. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. You guys. Yeah.
I'm Wade Wilson.
There you go.
I'm Slade Craven.
And I'm the old book guy. Good night, everybody.
I'm the bad guy from Turbulence 3. Whoops.